Is the gang all here? Nancy's here. Tammy is here. Kelly is here. Steve is here. Derek is here. Robert is here. All right. We have a minion. We have a minion. We can begin. We can begin. I love the poll question today. I love today's poll question. It is, I'm trying to think without being too cliche, but it is where the rubber meets the road on immigration. So I'll tell you about that in just a moment. Weekend is here. Get lucky in no time at Parks Casino Shippensburg. Parks Casino Shippensburg celebrating their second anniversary. A perfect time for you to take my recommendation and check out all the action, the entertainment, the excitement that they have to offer. Parks Casino Shippensburg, where is that? Central PA. It's 100% smoke-free. It's less than an hour from Harrisburg, the state capital. Inside, 500 state-of-the-art slot machines, 48 live dealer electronic table games, blackjack, roulette, a great daily happy hour, the award-winning Liberty Bar and Grill with a wide variety of your favorite comfort foods. And tonight and every Friday night is comedy night. Go out and see some live entertainment. Tonight, Terry McNeely from Comedy Central headlining. And then tomorrow night, live music, the duo Bonnie and Clyde, all for free in the side pocket. The Saturday live music duo is going to be great. You'll enjoy comedy tonight and music tomorrow night. Plus, you can wager and watch all your favorite sports at the Bet Parks kiosks in the side pocket and enjoy the side pocket stadium menu all weekend long. So if you're in Hagerstown, Winchester, Chambersburg, Martinsburg, and many, many more, get in on the action. Located right off Interstate 81. Visit parkscasino.com. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. A lot of voting yesterday on the question of whether it's the prerogative of a newspaper owner to set editorial policy for his or her newspaper, and people by a 2/3 margin with nearly 30,000 votes said, yeah, that's the prerogative of the owner. I left Jeff Bezos' name deliberately out of it. It was no hypothetical. It's about Bezos and the Washington Post. I think if Bezos' name had been in it, the result would have been the opposite. Today, what about the short order cook in New Jersey? Perhaps you've heard me use that hypothetical speaking about immigration and the crackdown on people who came to the United States illegally. Well, it's no longer a hypothetical. There is a New Jersey couple here from Turkey raising a family, paying taxes. They were arrested by ICE this week. And now community and elected officials, neighbors, patrons of their restaurant, elected officials are rallying around them. I'll tell you more about the facts of that in just a sec, but this story comes as immigration officials say, if you're here illegally, you need to register. So there's this story from the Associated Press. Immigration officials say that anybody living in the U.S. illegally will soon have to register with the federal government, and those who don't could face fines, imprisonment, or both. The registry will be mandatory for everybody 14 and older who doesn't have legal status. This is according to a statement from ICE that came out earlier this week and the Department of Homeland Security. Each branch must register and provide their fingerprints and address. And parents and guardians of anyone under age 14 must ensure that they too are registered. Well, as I'll tell you in a moment about that New Jersey story, how many people who are not here legally and are now being asked to step forward, register, and provide your fingerprints, how many are going to do so? I don't think so. I don't think so. And by the way, then that's the AP. Then from the Wall Street Journal, a big story today about how it's not just criminals. And I know, let me just say up front, many of you will say, well, they're criminals if they came to the country illegally or stayed here longer than they were authorized to do. When I say it's not just criminals who are now being subject to the crackdown, I'm putting aside how they got here. I'm referring to their behavior since they've been here. From the Wall Street Journal, this will illustrate my point. The Brazilian doesn't have a criminal history or orders for removal from a judge, his lawyer said, meaning he doesn't have the type of background the Trump administration laid out as its priority for deportation. Dos Santos Amaral, 29 years old, identified himself to assure officers he wasn't who they were looking for. The officers looked him up and learned he was overstaying a tourist visa from 2017, according to his lawyer, his wife, and a state legislator helping with the case. Dos Santos Amaral was arrested and detained on the spot, eventually was moved to a detention center in Texas without the knowledge of his lawyer or family. Immigration officers are under immense pressure to ramp up arrest numbers as the administration tries to fulfill President Trump's campaign of a mass deportation. The result is the administration, despite largely promoting arrests of criminals, has been detaining a number of migrants like Dos Amaral, who don't have criminal backgrounds or orders for removal, according to interviews with immigration lawyers, activists, state and local officials. Well, what the Wall Street Journal was speaking of is now playing itself out in New Jersey. By the way, the most popular comment for the Wall Street Journal discussion of how it's gone beyond now, the enforcement actions, those who are criminals while here, meaning committing criminal offenses while here. We're beyond that pool. The most popular comment to that story, those being arrested and deported are illegal aliens, as in illegal. They are residing in the country illegally. According to law, they should be deported. Overstaying a tourist visa is against the law. And that is certainly the perspective of many Americans. The New Jersey case and WHYY just came out. I have a version in the newsletter today, but WHYY just came out with this. It's well written and explains it in short order. So the poll question I'm asking today is the short order cook from Jersey City come to life? That's always the way that I've hypothetically raised the question of what are we going to do about someone who didn't come here lawfully or overstayed a visa, but has been paying taxes, raising a family, and has been a decent citizen after the original sin. What do we do about them? Or as I've worded it today, should migrants who entered the U.S. illegally years ago, you can define what years ago is, but have since lived law-abiding lives and paid taxes, face deportation? Or how about this instance, a very real case? Camden County officials and community members stood outside of the Jersey Kebab restaurant in Haddon Township, New Jersey on Thursday, denouncing the arrest of the restaurant's owner and his wife by federal immigration officials. We couldn't ask for better people to be in our community, better people to have a business in our community, and it's truly a tragedy, said Haddon Township Mayor Randall Teague, a guest on my radio program today. The entire community, the entire area feels so bad and awful for them that something like this could happen to such good people, says the elected mayor. Salal and Emin Eminet, I hope I'm doing right by the name, came to the United States on student visas in 2016. They applied for green cards before their visas expired. Their applications were denied 3 times. According to Salal, their applications have been in limbo since 2016. He said the attorney they've been working with advised them to stay in the country to avoid an even longer delay in the process. Another immigration rule: when we get out from this country, when you go home, we cannot enter this country because they say we are out of status, he said. If you overstay, you cannot come here, maybe 1 year until 10 years. Officers from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested them Tuesday because of their immigration status. Salal Eminent has since been released, the husband, but is required to wear an ankle monitor. His wife of 27 years, Emin, remains at the detention center. Their son, Muhammad Eminent, said they've been in touch with her, adding that she is devastated. Quote, "There's no reason a woman who's never committed a crime should have to sit behind bars for 3 weeks and where she speaks limited English. Our family, which is our customers that we have gained throughout the years that we spend here, is now truly our family because they are seeing our deepest burdens that we've dealt with for years." Muhammad Eminet and Salal Eminet were surrounded by Camden County commissioners and other officials as everyone spoke in support of the family while slamming federal officials for not addressing problems within the immigration system. Elected officials say that Salal and Amin are caring, hospitable people. A sign on the restaurant's door invites people who are homeless, disabled, or cannot afford to come in for a meal. So there's more to the story, but that's the case. My hypothetical has come to pass. It's not Jersey City. It is Haddon Township. And it's not a short order cook. It's a husband and wife from Turkey who own a popular kebab place. What do we do about them? Okay? Their status is not lawful for the reasons that I described. That's the most detail, by the way, I've been able to find in any of the many stories that I've read about this. So we know of their existence. We know of their status. They shouldn't be here by the rules, but they've been solid citizens while they've been here, haven't committed any crimes, pay taxes, raising the family, held in high regard in the community. Are we deporting them? That is the poll question today at Smerconish.com. I'd like to think that for families like this, they can be put on a path to citizenship. I wouldn't say this, by the way, if they'd committed crimes while here. But a family like this that seems to have proven themselves, they need to be put on some type of a path to citizenship, in my opinion. I'll be really curious to see how the voting goes on this. Please like and subscribe. Set yourself up for notifications. Circle on your calendar Tuesday, March 11, here in this forum for the release of the Mingle movie. Go vote on today's poll question. Oh, by the way, when 566 had voted, only 566, it was a very lopsided result, 80-20. Should migrants who enter the U.S. illegally years ago but have since lived law-abiding lives and paid taxes face deportation? You know the type of case I'm thinking of. This kind of case. All right, go vote. Thank you. See ya.